Hello and welcome to Spinster's Library. I'm Claudia and today I want to calm down and do some therapeutic DNF-ing. I am someone who never DNF'd until maybe 1 or 2 years ago. Basically when I discovered BookTube, I noticed for the first time that other people actually stopped reading books they didn't enjoy. What a concept, eh? Anyway, I started doing that more regularly and I've noticed that having unfinished books in my life that I know I don't enjoy, that I know I won't finish, is cluttering up my mind. And therefore today I want to just take a deep breath and let go of some of those books. On another note, my hair is looking spectacularly grey today. Fun fact, I actually started going grey at the tender age of 14. Almost 28 now, almost fully grey. But never mind the hair. The books. So, according to my Goodreads, I am currently reading 5 books. How many am I actually reading? Just 2. That's right. Now, I am someone who does like to read multiple books at the same time, and I'm not stressed when I have 3, 4, even 5 books on the go, as long as I'm actually reading all of them. There's usually one book that I'm reading a bit faster than the others. There's usually one book that takes me a long time to get through. Sometimes I read different books on different media, so I'll have one book going on the Kindle, I'll have one book going on Audible, and I'll have 2 or 3 paperbacks at the same time. That's all cool. That does not bother me at all. That is how I like to read. However, if we look at my current Goodreads and we look at my currently reading, you can see that some of these books I haven't touched in a very long time. Let me just talk you through the 2 books I am actually reading. The first one is A Clockwork Orange. I started that last month, and this is one of those books that will take me a long time to get through, but I'm pretty confident I will actually get through this. The reason why this, even though it's a tiny little book, why this is taking me a while to read, and I'm sure you'll know this if you've read it, is because the book uses a very unique vocabulary with its own language, and therefore while reading it I have to flick to the glossary, well really the dictionary page at the back, so I understand what's going on. So the language is quite difficult. The subject matter is also quite difficult. So this is one of those books that is probably going to take me another month or even 2 to get through. And then the other book that I'm actually reading is The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. I've talked about this in my last few videos, and this is a historical novel. This is a big book, and this is one that I am reading with lots of other people in a Goodreads group and a read-along that I'm hosting with Andrea from Infinite Text. And I'm pretty much on schedule with this. Now, this is a big book, and the read-along is due to finish at the end of July, so I know that this will be in my currently reading list until then. But let's look at the other books. There's The Vesuvius Club by Mark Gatiss, and let's look at that on Goodreads. My last update for this book was on January the 20th. It is now the end of June. So I haven't touched this book in 5 months. This is also a historical novel, and it's, I believe, some kind of detective / spy fiction set in the early 20th century, around the turn of the century, and the character is a dandy who I believe is working as some sort of investigator or spy. To be honest, I didn't get far enough into this book to really figure out the plot, but I just did not get on with the writing style. I thought it was trying too hard to be an Oscar Wilde novel. but it isn't an Oscar Wilde novel. And as much as I admire Mark Gatiss's talent as a screenwriter and an actor, I just don't think I would enjoy this novel. And I feel really quite bad about it because a lot of people recommended this to me. Now, I didn't buy this on anyone's recommendation. I spotted this in a charity shop and picked it up. So you don't have to feel bad about me wasting my single pound that I spend on it. But unfortunately, this just wasn't for me, and therefore I am going to DNF it. Oh, before I DNF it, first of all, I have to make a bookshelf in Goodreads that I can actually put my DNFs into. Yeah, if I was a little bit more prepared for this video, I would have done this before starting the recording, but hey, here I am. How do you do this? I suppose you go on my books. I'm figuring this out right now. This is going to be really, really great television. I guess you add a shelf. Did not finish. But then I have to make this exclusive. I'm so good at computers, you guys. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I can change the did not finish shelf to exclusive. That's me done with settings. Back to the actual matter of this video, which is therapeutic DNFing. So, I shall take this book, The Vesuvius Club, and move it from currently reading to did not finish. How do I actually do that? Really, I should have done a test run of this before starting the recording. I'm sorry about this. Oh, there, okay, so I can shift it to did not finish. Hey! Do I feel a sense of relief? Yeah. Let's move on to the next book. And this one's kind of sad because The White Witch was actually a buddy read with Amber from Amber Unabridged, and I have messaged her to tell her that I was going to DNF this. I messaged her quite a few weeks ago telling her I was going to DNF it, and today I am doing it. And I feel really bad about this because I don't like abandoning a buddy on a buddy read, but it's not a bad book either. I think under different circumstances I would probably read it and enjoy it, but I took a really long break after reading the first part of this, and then I just couldn't get back into it. And that makes me kind of sad on the one hand. On the other hand, there's loads more historical fiction that I'm sure I will enjoy. I didn't exactly spend a fortune on this. This is a book that I bought in the cheapest charity shop in my town, which sells 3 paperbacks for £1, so I spent less than 34 pence on it. That's fine. But I do feel bad for leaving Amber hanging and leaving her to finish the book on her own. So apologies again, Amber. Let's move this to the did not finish shelf. I accidentally clicked on the cover. Go back, go back, go back. Done. And back to the next one then. This next book, The Amber Spyglass by His Dark Materials. I'm sure most of you have read the His Dark Materials series. I believe I started rereading the series. I have this collection of all 3 novels in the His Dark Materials series, and I started reading that at the end of 2017, meaning to get through the books and then move on to the Book of Dust, which came out in 2017, I want to say. But after finishing the first 2, I just kind of didn't feel like continuing with the series, so I marked it as currently reading. I read the first 6 chapters and then stopped reading at the start of chapter 7 of The Amber Spyglass. And my last update for this was on the 23rd of March 2018. That's over a year ago that I last looked at this book, and yet according to my Goodreads, I am currently reading it. Yeah, right. This nonsense needs to finish right now. So let's move this onto my did not finish shelf. Hooray! Now my Goodreads accurately represents what I'm reading again, and that is 2 books, The Pillars of the Earth and A Clockwork Orange, and I'm just about to add a 3rd book to that because I feel like starting a new book. Beetle, stop it, stop it. Beetle's tapping at the microphone, so if you've heard any weird noises, blame him. At least come and say hello, you cute. You cute. You cute. He is cute. So the question now is, what am I going to do with those 3 physical books? Well, there are 2 that I'm pretty sure I won't pick up again, and that is The White Witch and The Vesuvius Club. So those I will get rid of, take them to the local charity shop. And then the 3rd one, which is this big Philip Pullman collection. This one I know I will finish. Maybe come winter time I will feel like diving back into this series again, and I know I will continue this reread of the His Dark Materials series, so that will go back on the TBR. I do feel a little bit more organised, a little bit more relaxed, a little more at peace with myself for having DNF'd those 3 books. And I can only encourage you to have a look at your currently reading and be honest with yourself and try and figure out which of the books that are on there you are actually currently reading. Pro tip, if you've not picked up one of these books in a year or 3 months, it might be time to officially DNF that. Thank you for watching. Bye.